I'm Alex Humick, and this is my first spoken word video. It's called I'm the Type of Guy. I'm the type of guy who will push his friends to their breaking point. But I'm also the type of guy who will push those people past their breaking point and still be cool with them 5 minutes later, if it even takes that long. I'm the type of guy that all my high school classmates that I messed with would try and tell me this is why everybody hits you, but then they'd still be my friends. They'd still be friendly towards me. They would still act like friends to me. I'm the type of guy that everybody wanted to hate, but just couldn't seem to have it in them. I'm the type of guy who doesn't worry about having fun, having sex. That's just not me. What I worry about is having an actual relationship. I'm 18. I still have my life ahead of me. And I don't want kids, my own kid yet. I'm the type of guy where if I like someone and they have kids, I'll still go out with them. That's not an issue for me. It's just, I feel like I'm too young to have my own kid. With so much of my life ahead of me, I still have college. I still have education ahead of me to get through before I think I'll be ready for my own kid. I'm the type of guy who fought through a depression by himself. 5th and 6th grade, my mom moved me and my half-brother to this town called Wilmington. And it was okay at first, but it got worse. Because I was moved away from all my family, all my friends, and every place I knew, to a completely new place with just my absentee mother and my barely there half-brother. In 6th grade, my brother started getting more angry, and he would take it out on me more and more often when he was actually home. My friends stopped making time for me in 6th grade. So I fell even deeper into depression, because on top of all that, I also had food shortages, which also got worse in 6th grade. I got lucky. My dad and stepmom took me out of that. They brought me to live with them. But they didn't know that I was fighting depression. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. I was depressed. All of that. Plus most of 5th and all of 6th. I fought through it on my own with just a change of scenery. Getting removed from the toxic environment. But I wish somebody had noticed that I was depressed. I would probably be a better person now if I had gotten out of that before. I'd probably feel better about myself right now. I'm the type of guy who has confidence issues, but you'd never know it by the way I act now. I'm the type of guy who can be very outgoing and very confident-seeming, but then when he goes to ask out a girl, be reduced to a bumbling fool. I'm the type of guy who girls take advantage of because I fall too hard too easily for the amount of time put into it. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because the way I see it is I'm young and I'm foolish. I'm naive. Some days I think I'm flat out dumb, even though my ACT scores say otherwise. For the math part of my ACT, I got a 32 without a calculator. My lowest score was a 16. Then an 18, and I think I had a 20 and like a 26 or a 28 without any studying. So I've got book smart. I've got the intelligence. Common sense, I'm not so good at. I'm getting better. I guarantee you that. I'm the type of guy who puts a lot of effort into anything and everything he does. I'm the type of guy that would rather work from 6 in the morning till 9:15 at night at his job so he can get 30, 40 hours a week and then have the rest of his week open. I'm the type of guy who works at a grocery store and does carts as much as possible because he knows his coworkers, his fellow baggers, usually hate doing carts. Because carts is worse than bagging. Because you're outside. And it's the more physically intense job. I'm the type of guy who doesn't care about his fashion, but if somebody wanted to give me a makeover, would be happy with it, would be fine, as long as he's comfortable. I'm the type of guy who will try and beat his friends with foam weapons, like those Nerf battle axes and battle maces and stuff like that. But then, at the same time, can be very serious. Like with my relationships, I'm very serious because I could probably, if I worked on my appearance, I could probably get a lot of girls and be a player. But that's not who I am. I'm very serious with my relationships because I've been to the point where I felt like I had no one. I've been to the point where I've been brokenhearted repeatedly by the same people. I don't want that to happen anymore. And I know it's still going to happen, but that doesn't mean I have to sit there and let it. I'm the type of guy who likes to have fun, but doesn't like to drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, smoke that loud. Like, honestly, how does that make you cooler? You're more chill, so what? That doesn't mean anything. Just because you seem cooler now, doesn't mean it'll last. I'm the type of guy that was actually extremely popular despite everybody supposedly hating me. I'm the type of guy who was a complete straight edge, but almost everyone knew me. I'm the type of guy that thought nobody would ever want to be me. I'm the type of guy who couldn't see that there were things, there were qualities that should be. I'm the type of guy who wants to change society for the better. I'm the type of guy who used to think that teenagers did need to be more respectful, that they needed to stop being so disrespectful. But then at my job, I realized it starts from the top. I have customers who can't walk 2 parking spots to take a cart to the cart corral. But then I'll have these old, overweight people who have to do baby shuffle steps to get a cart 4 to 6 parking spots to the cart corral, and then shuffle back to their cars without any support. Now, how does that make sense? How can a perfectly healthy person not go 2 parking spots, but then someone who can barely walk, someone who probably actually shouldn't be walking, without support, will? Explain that to me. I'm the type of guy who everybody says should wear contacts. But this is just me. I'm so used to having them, I don't notice them. And when I go to the eye doctors, I forget to ask about them. And I'm the type of guy who can forget a lot of things and remember a lot of things. Like, some days from time to time, I can't remember what I had for breakfast by the time I got to school, like 30 minutes late. But then I can remember from first, second, and third grade when my mom was with her ex-fiance Dan. I can remember in 4th grade, I want to say, when I got the Chronicles of Narnia books from Dan, when he tried to be friends with me again, but then he left me again without saying goodbye again because I reminded him too much of my mother. I'm the type of guy who seems extremely happy, but is never happy with himself. I'm the type of guy who started skateboarding because he thought it would be something that would attract girls. I'm the type of guy who started learning how to play guitar because he thought it would make girls like him. I'm the type of guy who puts effort into making himself more appealing. Except when it comes to my physical appearance. Because if they can't like me for who I am, why do I want them? I wouldn't want them to change for me, so why should they want me to change for them? Peace.